What it do, comic bros? It's your boy, Super Duper Sean, and I'm back with another video. Oh yeah, and ain't much changed since the last story video. Your boy is still on a Rockman Zero kick because that last story, I just didn't get my Zero feel, bro. Like, it left a lot to be desired, so I'm combing through this Rockman Zero manga, looking for the real Zero. You know what I'm saying? Looking for that guy with a real Zero. Please stand up. Before I get into this comic book story, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hitting that like button pushes this video through the algorithm, and it helps me out more than any Cash App donation. So if you really rock with your boy, go ahead and smash that like button. Yeah. Now, I believe this is the original Rockman Zero run from Cora Comics. This story is called The Awakened Hero. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Yeah. The story kicks off in the year 22-something AD. Pure anarchy. Bodies being dropped, buildings being burned, blasters going off. And this is none other than a Neo-Arcadian government. They have just swept the city, getting rid of the rebel Reploids. The comic then jumps to what it looks like to be a deserted factory. Three boys are walking along when they discover Zero's lifeless body hanging from the ceiling. That's a Reploid, the one from the wars 100 years ago. One of the boys states. The boys are scared at this point, and then their worst reality comes true. Zero wakes up. The three boys start running, and he chases them. But then a large, monstrosity snake pops out, and they realize Zero was not chasing them, he was protecting them. Zero uses his mega blasters and destroys the monster quickly, then faints. Once he awakens, the boy thanks Zero and introduces himself. Hi, I'm Lido, and these are my friends. Zero doesn't remember anything, and to say the least, he kind of startles Zero. Zero starts screaming, There's something in my clothes! And then we find out it was just a frog. And this is the clown character shit that I hate. Y'all know what I'm saying? That's why I said, will the real Zero please stand up? Because this ain't that dude. You mean to tell me Ace number 1, Maverick Hunter, was scared of a frog? I get it. I like a light comedic tone, but they turning Zero into some corny clown ass nigga, and that's not my guy right there. That's not target acquired. You know what I'm saying? That's not that dude right there. Let's keep it moving. The boys are confused. Is he really Rockman Zero? They question that because he was scared of a frog. They then decide to take him to Lito's father in hope that he will help regain his memories. The moment Zero walks in, the grandpa knows he is a Reploid. See, the grandpa knew the building that the kids found Zero in was a Reploid hideout. See, the Reploids was built to serve humans, but they rebelled and waged a war 100 years ago. The humans won, and the government outlawed and decided to destroy all remaining Reploids. The old man then says, the law is if we ever find a Reploid, we are supposed to hand him over to the Neo-Arcadian government. The boys disagree, saying, Zero saved us. Now we must save him. Before they can hatch a plan to get his memories back, Neo-Arcadian government is banging at the door. Zero looks shook up right now. I mean, see how they got my boy looking all shaky with the spooks and scary? Yo, that's not that guy, man. That is not that guy. Let's keep it moving. The government says our radar has detected a Reploid signal coming from this house. Is there a Reploid here? Grandpa replies, huh? I'm hard of hearing. What was that you said just now? Is there a Reploid in the house? What did you say? Speak up, Sonny. Our radar has detected a Reploid signal coming from this house. The robot police asks again. But the old man continues to hold it down. He is a rider for show. A straight G keeping his lips sealed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, a lot of y'all youngsters could learn a lot from this old man. You know what I'm saying? He really kicking y'all some game. You better soak it up. Let's keep it moving. The robot police kick the old man in the face, breaking the door down while yelling, "Seize those brats!" Zero is still in hiding right now. He hears everything. All of you are under arrest, the government states, and are being charged with treason. Grandpa then replies, "Please, just spare the children." What's this, old man? I thought you were hard of hearing. Don't lie to me. We will have revenge upon all those who defy the government, no matter who they be. Zero remains in hiding, tears flowing down his face. Really? He's crying? I'm just gonna leave that alone. Let's keep it moving. The government then starts to give Grandpa a beating, punching him in the face, kicking him in the head. That's when his brave grandson hops in front of the old man and says, "Stop! You'll kill Grandpa." Should I subject you to the same? If you want to hit someone, hit me. You asked for it, kid. Save me one more time, Rockman Zero. The young boy yells. Zero, full of anger, emits a powerful amount of energy, tearing the house up. The police don't know what hit them. Then, the one, the only, is revealed in all his glory, standing strong, looking like he is ready to Z-saber anyone who stands in his way. Zero, the boys yell. "You're Rockman Zero," the police say. "Why are you here?" Zero replies, "Shut up. It's your fault. I'm in a bad mood. Prepare to die." Now that's freaking Zero right there. Golden. Ready to turn the police into scrap metal. Let's keep it moving. "Prepare to die," Zero says. The police reply, "Kill him." Zero calls them weaklings and draws his buster, blasting it. Each pulse ray tears through their chest like paper being pulled out a 3-ring binder. 2 henchmen die. Now Zero is one-on-one with the cop that started it all. But of course, in a cowardly manner, he deploys a robot to fight the one and only Zero, stating, "What can an outdated 100-year-old Reploid do?" The boys cheering, screaming Zero on, saying, "You can do it, Zero! You can do it!" Zero weaves the police bot's attack, then draws his Z-saber. The cop yells frantically, "What do you think that 100-year-old weapon can do?" Yo! This police, I admit, he got balls. Dissing the Z-saber like that? Do you know how many Mavericks this saber has turned to kitchen appliances? Nah, you don't know. Nah, you couldn't possibly know. Let's keep it moving. Zero yells, "Z-saber!" and cuts the bot down. And like a clearance sale, his body is half off. All the government police official could do was yell, "No!" Yahoo! The boys scream as Zero hyper dashes and cuts the robot in half. With the bot defeated, the government dog runs in fear, saying, "Next time, I'll kill you myself, Zero. I'll retreat for now." Zero standing there with the fire in his eyes, looking like he's ready for a round of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Target acquired. The boys, in pure excitement, lunge at Zero and give him a big hug. Zero reverts back to this form and doesn't remember a thing. I wonder what's next to come. And that is the end of this adventure. Yo, this is actually chapter 1 called A Hero Awakens. So this is actually the beginning of Zero's journey in this manga, in the Rockman Zero manga. I gotta say, I really enjoyed this story, man. I really enjoyed this story. I love how they made Zero look exactly like Mega Man Zero in the Game Boy Advance the game. I think that's what the last Zero story was missing. Like, if you're coming off playing these video games with Rockman Zero in it, and you see that last story that we read, you're like, yo, it really don't fit. But this one right here, he looked exactly like the Rockman Zero we know and love from the video games. Well, at least they made him look like him when he was fighting, you know what I'm saying? Because he still reverts back to that weird form, and maybe that is his natural form, and I'm just not used to seeing him like that, because every time I see or use Zero, he's ready for that action. He's about that action, you know what I mean? And some of these stories, he's more of timid, unsure about himself, and doesn't seem to be the hero that we know and love. But this story pulls me back in and gets me excited to finish this manga to see where it goes. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this Rockman Zero manga. What do y'all think about the Zero Awakened Hero storyline? Did y'all love it? And if y'all want more Zero stories, hit that like button and leave a comment. Whether you want more Zero or you don't, I'm still on a kick, so I'm gonna try to get through this whole manga and continue to make videos about Rockman Zero. I'm your boy, Super Duper Deuces. Target acquired. Let's go, X.